It's your girl Tiffany Snell here representing for Tiffany Sales Texas. I'm a licensed real estate agent serving the DFW area. I just wanted to share some information with my potential buyer clients. So without further ado, I just want to hop right into the information that I have for you. Real estate transactions in itself are complicated, but with me as your appointed buyer's agent, I'll be with you every step of the way. First things first is for you to decide what you want. The best way to actually decide what you want is to write it down. Simple as that. So when you're writing those items down, some things to consider would be location, type of home, the age of the home, school districts, all of those things. And then once you write it down, you'll prioritize those items. Now you've laid the blueprint. So now you have what you're looking for. Step 2 would be to know what you can afford. Most loans do require a down payment, and that amount can vary, but it's typically about 20% of the purchase price. The lender, of course, will go over, all of that with you. If you're a first-time home buyer or your income falls below a certain income threshold, you may qualify for affordable housing programs. So, of course, again, the lender will cover all of that. Generally, a higher down payment means better loan terms or lower interest expense on the mortgage. The lender, of course, will take into consideration your income, your employment history, any education, assets, or debt. So they'll take all of that into consideration to determine what he or she thinks you can afford as far as a home. One thing in this portion of the process, I recommend that you pull your credit report before the lender does. That way you can clear up any problems that may be present on your credit report. Once the lender tells you, okay, this is how much house you can afford. Just because they tell you you can afford a $200,000 home doesn't mean you have to spend $200,000 on a home. You want to make sure that you do the math and you're comfortable with the amount that you're going to be spending. You have to be comfortable with that. So that's something that you'll want to consider as well. And then step 3 would be making an offer. So once we've actually determined your home search criteria and what you can afford, now we find you a home and we make an offer. Now it's down to the nitty-gritty. So once we make that offer, of course, I'm going to prepare the contract. I'm going to negotiate. I am going to be juggling home inspections, option periods, and much more during this time frame. Once your offer has been accepted, then we move to step 4, which is securing financing. Unless you're paying cash for your home, you're definitely going to need a loan. But keep in mind, the true price of financing goes beyond the interest rate alone. So some items to consider are going to be like points, total lender fees, term of the loan, penalties for early payment. And the lender will, of course, likely require an appraisal. That's to verify the home is worth the cost of the loan, as well as they'll need a physical survey as well. Repairs may be required during this phase. Insurance will need to be purchased. All these conditions and any other conditions are going to need to be met before we move on to step 5. Step 5 is the biggest step of them all, closing. Yay! So once we get to closing, that's amazing. So after weeks or even months of research and decision making, you close the transaction. Typically, it's closed inside of the title company's office, but now in the wake of COVID-19, now title agents are actually coming to your home to actually close the transaction, which is super convenient. Of course, the title agent will have you sign many documents. They'll explain each one of those documents to you as they're going through it. You'll present a cashier's check to the seller, sign another document that itemizes closing costs. That's something that the lender, of course, will provide to you in advance so you know what to expect. Then you'll pay your closing costs, and in return, you'll receive a deed transferring ownership rights to you. So at that point, it's over. You are a homeowner at that point. So I hope this information that I've shared with you has inspired you to go ahead and take that next step and that you give me a call at 817-308-8661, and I'll be the one to help you and walk you through every step of the way and represent you to the best of my ability in this real estate transaction. I can also be reached at TiffanySalesTexas.com. I want to thank everyone for watching. Thank you for your time. And please, again, give me a call and I'll be happy to help you find the home of your dreams. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.